10 tips to be able to engage in agricultural production profitably. The first tip, enterprise selection. What do you want to produce? Is it a crop? If it's a crop, which one? Is it livestock? If it's livestock, which one? That selection is very, very critical. The second thing is about land for production. But in agriculture, our major interest in land is the soil. So how you manage the soil? How you manage the soil will influence the level of production and productivity of the farm. And therefore, I urge all the farmers to manage the soil in a way that they conserve the moisture in it. At the same time, they conserve the fertility, they protect the biological life of the soil, and they treat the soil so that it can serve generation to generation. The third tip, of course, I emphasize is water management. Crops may not necessarily need rain, and surely crops may not necessarily need soil, but crops need abundant water and abundant nutrients. So how do we manage the soil? We have two major ways of managing the soil, water. The first thing we can manage water is through what we call soil and water conservation, conserving the moisture, the water which is in the garden, conserving it using the various methods that they have been trained on, through mulching, other soil covers, maintaining soil and water trenches to conserve the moisture. But another way is for us to be able to harvest the water and create other sources of water and engage in micro-scale irrigation, whereby we make all the use of the available water and we capture it, we harvest it, and we use it for our crops. The fourth tip that I gave is what we call crop or animal husbandry. By crop or animal husbandry means that you are able, one, to select the most highly productive variety of breed. For crops, sometimes they refer to it agronomy or agronomic practices, whereby you are able to open the land early, you are able to plant timely, and when you plant timely, you are able to control pests, you are able to weed timely, you are able to harvest timely, you are able to do all the crop production practices in the garden very, very timely. And when you do like that, you can see these crops here, as you can see. There is no evidence of so much spraying by chemicals, but there are also no pests, and the crops are healthy. How? Because you have done it timely, the crop is able to grow before the pests and the diseases build up, and then you use minimal spraying. In fact, you can produce organic. So, and the soils are maintained the way I've told you, and the water, the conservation of the water that I'm talking about is being done. So that husbandry, the mulching is being done, and all these practices, when you do them like that, the crops grow with vigor and you are able to get very high productivity. Now, the fifth thing that I explained as very, very critical is diversification. Diversification means that you have selected, say, poultry. You want to rear poultry. As you are rearing poultry, you are also growing maize. The maize will provide feed for the poultry. But the poultry manure also will be used to fertilize the garden for maize, so that the maize will do much better. Now, again also, within even the crops, you can do diversification. Today you have planted this particular vegetable, another time you may change to another one. In that way, you are able to break the life cycle of diseases and pests if you do it in an organized manner. And diversification will always act like one of the measures for reducing risks. When one crop fails, the other one will do something and benefit you. If it is livestock, one livestock species might not do well, the other one will do well. So it is that good for managing even risks. Now, one of the sixth thing I said, and which with the emphasis I said we are not doing well as farmers, is record keeping. And maintaining the farm unit as a different entity like other businesses that people manage outside farming. You see, for us farmers, we like combining what we produce in the garden together with our day-to-day expenditures. So what I was saying is, if you have designated this acre of land, acre of crops, say if it's even matoke, if you designated it for business, for generating money, then you don't need to give a bunch to your visitors freely. I'm not discouraging farmers from charity. In fact, it's better when you earn big money, you invest, and from that profit, you can even give more charity. So maintaining very good record to see the profitability of the farm so that you get more money, which you invest, and then you begin getting more, and then you can do better charity. So that is one of the tips that I was saying. But another critical tip that also I was sharing with them was risk-taking and risk management. Risk-taking involves taking that enterprise that potentially generates more money, regardless of its risks, then you manage the risks. Now, I was showing them how government put a lot of money under agricultural facility, credit facility for farmers to access. Big money, the Bank of Uganda, at lower interest rate for farmers to access. But some farmers fear the risk. But my encouragement is they should go, get that money, not for consumption, invest in production, increase their production and productivity, and then generate profits, return the money of the bank, and then remain with a capital that they will continue investing, reinvesting until they generate the wealth that is sustainable for the family. But also my encouragement is that any money they get from the government programs, like for today, there's Paris Development Model, there is a Youth Livelihood Fund, there is fund for women, there are funds coming from government in various ways. Almost every politician also is supporting activities in their constituencies, in their communities. That kind of money, they should not use for consumption. They should consolidate it as part of their capital. Invest it first, get profit, and consume profit. Now, the other one which I told them is about continuous learning. Continuous learning. You know, there is advancement in technology. And with this advancement in technology, if you are to remain productive and effective in your production, you should be able to continuously expose yourself to learn. Tech technology, very, very key. Today we have hybrid technologies, but we have also the ordinary open pollinated varieties, for example. Now, the yields are different. The yields are different. So align yourself to take the latest improved technology that you apply in your garden so that you get more. My encouragement is that we should be able to work harder and generate wealth as the country moves to middle income economy, and subsequently even to the first economies that have also developed on the continent or in the world. So that's my encouragement. We want farmers who are very productive, and we are open as NARO for continuous learning, and we'll continue to partner with the Nation Media Group and our partners like Bank of Uganda, the Pride Bank, NSSF, that we know that NARO should be able to provide the learning platforms and the technical know-how. The Nation Media Group as an information, as a media house, is able to keep us together and share this knowledge, and the community should be able to benefit. And yet the banks should be able to support the farmers with the desired funds for investment.